Right now on IUSTV News, we have an update on the killer of Charlie Kirk and the verdict hearing that is going on right now.
Plus, Goodwill is changing locations in Bloomington. Find out where you can locate the new store.
And watch out for your water bill, as a new city proposal could affect water rates here in Bloomington.
And we've got warm temperatures for this week, but we'll have a change up after the week's over. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
I wanted to acknowledge the horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk. There is no place for political violence in the United States.
We start IUSTV News with breaking news out of Utah. New information tonight regarding the assassination of Charlie Kirk and his killer. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Badrov.
And I'm Isaac Perlich. Here's what we know right now. Prosecutors say 22-year-old Tyler Robinson confessed in a text message to his partner after the shooting death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Robinson also left a note before the attack saying he had the chance to kill one of the nation's leading conservative voices and, quote, "I'm going to take it," end quote.
Prosecutors say DNA on the rifle's trigger matched Robinson's, who spent more than a week planning the attack. He now faces multiple murder charges in Utah and, if convicted, could face the death penalty. On Sunday, students held a candlelight vigil at the Indiana Memorial Union to honor Kirk. Our Grace Morocco is outside the Union with how the students are reacting this week. Grace?
Yeah, thanks guys. I'm in Dunn Meadow where the vigil was originally scheduled to take place, but it eventually got moved right over here into the IMU because what Turning Point USA is describing as security concerns. They noted on Instagram that when people are threatening violence against our chapter and to dox attendees, we have to take steps to ensure safety of this event, end quote. Well, once I was inside the vigil, I talked to many student attendees who said they were heartbroken to hear the news.
You may not have agreed with the man on his stance on a number of topics, but he was still a human being.
A heartbreaking day for young conservatives on Indiana's campus, hearing the news of Charlie Kirk's murder.
He was doing absolutely nothing wrong except sharing his opinion.
The 31-year-old traveled the country, speaking to college-age voters on campuses across the U.S.
He opened up a dialogue in ways that we've never seen before. He understood once we stop having a dialogue is when things get really dark.
IU's chapter of Turning Point USA, the organization that Kirk co-founded, held a prayer vigil on campus Sunday. Hundreds came to pray, worship, and honor.
I'm hoping people take away the fact that we, as a campus, as a community, as a country, need to take actual efforts to trying to engage in more civil discussions, but doing that in a respectful way where violence is not even an afterthought.
The announcement posted by the IDS drew over 200 comments, with most criticizing the event.
He had his opinions, as do all of us, and he may have believed one way because that's what the Bible says or what the conservative values hold, but he just shared it and he wasn't forcing anything on anybody. He was just trying to educate.
To be happy or cheerful over the death of a husband or a father, especially someone so young, I think is inexcusable.
There were also several Indiana politicians at the event, including Todd Rokita, Todd Young, and Eric Cook, which was another reason that there was such tight security. Mike and Isaac, back to you.
Thank you, Grace. In other political events this week, former U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg will headline this year's Speaking of Excellence event at the IU LGBTQ+ Culture Center in partnership with the Union Board. He'll be speaking to a sold-out crowd Thursday night. The event was previously featuring big names like Star Trek actor and activist George Takei and Euphoria actor Hunter Schafer. Mike is joined in studio by the student who will be interviewing Mr. Buttigieg this week, Reed Sprinkle, Director of Lectures for the Union Board. Mike?
Thanks, Isaac. I'm here with the man himself, Reed Sprinkle. Reed, how you doing, man? How's your day?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. It's great to have you on the show. And I've just got to cut straight to the point.
Yeah.
You're interviewing Pete Buttigieg in front of a sold-out crowd in one of the most politically charged atmospheres we've seen in our time here in this year. How are you feeling, man? What's going through your head?
I'm feeling good. It's an exciting opportunity. I'm really glad to bring him in. I think it's the perfect time to do it. Have a person come here and talk about politics and show that we can have a civil discussion.
You talked about bringing him in. What was the decision to bring Pete in to talk for the LGBTQ plus Culture Center?
Yeah, it was a long decision process, but it was a great one. We have a lot of people that were in on the decision, and ultimately we figured he was a great opportunity to have a very civil discussion and learn more about his experiences and his life.
He joins a long line of speakers you guys have had for this Speaking of Excellence event. Last year you had Hunter Schafer, the actress from Euphoria, and the year before that you had George Takei, social activist, and also Sulu from Star Trek. What do you think Pete is going to talk about during his talk?
Yeah, a lot of what the focus will be on will be his life and his career. We like to talk about people who have had an excellent career. He's still young into his career, but there's lots to learn from him and his experiences, and the way he talks to multiple groups can help form a sense of belonging, and that's really what we're going to focus on.
And I've got to ask, because we've alluded to it in the rest of the show, the assassination of Charlie Kirk and what that has done to the political atmosphere that we're facing right now. And even Mr. Buttigieg said on his Substack that the killing, he did not condone, he condemned the killing. What do you think Mr. Buttigieg will talk about during his talk about Kirk?
Yeah, it's a really devastating moment for the political atmosphere. I'm not quite sure yet exactly how or if he will be mentioning it during our lecture, but we know that it's an amazing time to show people that we can still have a civil discussion and that we shouldn't let these moments define us as a country. Has there been any security concerns or communication with him since the killing? It's definitely been a process that we've been going through even before the moment. IU Auditorium is a very safe location. There's lots that we have done already to address concerns, and we want to assure people that it'll be a very safe atmosphere. Well, I want to end on a high note here. You get the chance to interview and talk with the man himself. You're right up there on stage with him. What's the one thing you want to ask him? Yeah, I'd love to ask him a little bit more on what he does, why it's so important to him to make sure that he talks to both sides of the coin. I think that he is a very inspiring person in our political atmosphere right now, which is, we're in such a divisive time, and he really strives to make sure that he talks to people from all different backgrounds, and I think that I'd love to learn more about that. Well, I couldn't have ended it any better myself. Thank you so much, Reed, for coming on the show. It was great to have you. Thank you. Great to be here. Great.
Thank you, Mike. All right, let's get a check of that weather forecast. We've had some higher temperatures this week. We've got our meteorologist, Quentin Condra, in with the forecast. Quentin?
Well, we got temperatures at 88 degrees across the board for most of southern Indiana and Indiana in general. Besides that, temperatures out throughout the day are probably going to be around 80 degrees, getting down into the 60s tonight, and then 60s throughout the day, or the morning, excuse me. And of course the clicker doesn't work. But anyway, 60s in the morning when you walk your dog, and then for the rest of our weather forecast, we've got a warm week through Friday, and then we've got rain chances till the weekend, and then I've got some more rain chances for you after that, and we'll tell you more about it after the break, and more about the game after this.
All right, thank you, Quentin. Still ahead, Colin Jost is taking the stage in Bloomington. We've got details on where you can find the SNL star.
Plus, the Bloomington Goodwill is moving locations with a grand opening planned for this week. We'll tell you where you can find the thrift store.
But first, a $13 million bridge is now open to the traffic after a year of construction. We're back in a few.
Starting next year, Bloomington residents could pay a little bit more for water as the city is making progress towards increasing its water rates.
That's exactly right, and I spoke with city utilities about why rates could go up and what higher water bills could mean for the city and for residents.
It's that time again. Every few years, City of Bloomington Utilities runs a study to decide water rates. The last one, back in 2019.
Since then, obviously the cost for doing pretty much everything have gone up.
The cost of providing safe drinking water is no exception. In August, city utilities, funded completely by water rates, decided to increase those rates by around 20%. But your new bill will depend on how much water you use.
We looked at our Director Zager's bill. She's firmly in the average of 3 units per month, and her bill went up from $71.01 to $75.35.
3 units or 3,000 gallons is pretty normal for most households in B-Town, and they'll see their bill go up
Anywhere between like $5 and $10 roughly.
Some of the revenue from the proposed rate hike will go toward the Monroe Water Treatment Plant right behind me, which hasn't seen a lot of love since it was built back in 1967. These upgrades would help keep safe drinking water in the area for years to come.
It's time for some substantial work to take place out there.
That's not all. The new revenue will also fix water lines, better filter water from Lake Monroe, and bolster storage tanks. All things that city utilities hopes you don't even notice.
A common saying that we have around here is we know we're doing our job well if people don't think about us. There's an expectation that when you turn on the tap, water's going to come out every time, and it's to make sure that that happens. It's no small feat.
The rate hike will go in front of City Council later this month. It could start as soon as next year.
Every once in a while, you need to make sure that you're doing infrastructure improvements to maintain that.
If you have any comments or concerns about the proposed rate hike, you can share those when it goes before City Council. That meeting is set for September 30th at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall.
We might not be the only anchors you see this week, as SNL star and Weekend Update co-host Colin Jost is coming to the IU Auditorium to perform. The Emmy-nominated writer is performing for one night and one night only this Saturday as a part of his two-college tour between University of Central Arkansas and IU. Jost himself was a Harvard alum, and this will be his first appearance at IU, right after the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live. You can find more information and tickets online at iuauditorium.com.
Well, if you thought the Bloomington Goodwill was closing down, don't worry, it's just moving to a brand new permanent location. After a year-long renovation project, Goodwill is replacing the old Staples and Party City buildings right off P. Ellis Drive and 3rd Street. Marketing coordinator Noelle Gray says the new store is just bigger and better, and that the company will be keeping its original staff from the previous store. The original location was only rented by Goodwill, but this property is set to be the franchise's forever home here in Bloomington. Daniel Needlinger is a huge fan of Goodwill and is happy to see that the store is staying around.
Well, I love it, man. It's like Goodwill's like somewhere you want to go. I mean, it's not just because it's close by me. It's like I love shopping at the Goodwill. It's more convenient. Like they got like good stuff, good employees.
The grand opening for the new location is set for September 17th at 9 a.m.
Looking to drive directly from Sunset Greeting Court to Profile Parkway? No? Well, that's okay, because there's a new $13 million bridge that will let you do just that. Over on the west side of Bloomington, year-long construction has finally been completed on a new bridge that will connect the Vernal Pike and Profile Parkway over train tracks. County officials say they expect the project to ease traffic on the west side and reduce crashes near the Whitehall Parking Center between motor vehicles and trains. The project cost nearly $12.8 million, with the Indiana Department of Transportation contributing nearly $9 million of the dues.
Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita launched an investigation into Exodus Refugee Immigration, a local nonprofit. Rokita says the group, based in Indianapolis with an office in Bloomington, interfered with federal immigration enforcement in Monroe County. His office is demanding the nonprofit sends documents and records about ICE operations. Exodus disputes this and says they will challenge the, quote, unjustified claim.
Still to come on IUSTV News, IU is at the bottom of one of the organization's latest free speech rankings, what it means for the university.
Plus, syllabi have gone public. Find out why there's a tighter eye on public education.
And we've got more weather coming up. We got rain chances in the future. Stay tuned. We'll be telling you more about it. Get up there.
This is the first semester where House Enrolled Act 1001 and IU's ACA 85 policy are in effect for both professors and students. It impacts everyone with syllabi for higher education, making it a requirement for professors to publicly publish their syllabi online. Some professors made 2 syllabi, one for the public, leaving out personal information like office hours and phone numbers, and another for students. But Heather Acow, an IU professor, worries about the safety for faculty. She says mainly for those who work in more controversial departments like gender studies. Professors can take out some personal information, but their department is not one of those elements.
We are living in a time of serious violence, political violence, and by expecting faculty to make their syllabi public when it includes information they can't even do anything about He is putting people at serious physical risk.
IU is partnering with CourseLeaf, an academic operations platform which helps manage catalog publication. As of now, Akau says she does not know where to find the public syllabi.
A new ranking puts Indiana University at the bottom for free speech among public colleges. The ranking was done by the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, a National First Amendment organization that annually ranks U.S. universities. Each college's score is based on student feedback, policy wording, and administrative decisions. IU's score dropped after university leaders canceled a speaker amid the anti-DEI movement and stationed a sniper on the student union during the 2024 pro-Palestine encampment. Purdue University, just up the road in Indiana, was named the best public university for free speech in the same rankings. To boost its ranking, the organization recommends IU update its free speech policies, issue a free speech statement, and formally commit to neutrality.
IU's Kelley School of Business, one of the top business schools in the nation, just added another major. Starting next fall, students can pursue a Bachelor of Science in Business Intelligence and Data Science. This new major is a collaboration between Kelley and the Luddy School. Officials say the major will focus on analyzing business problems with data, a high-demand skill that is only expected to grow in the future. The first IU students with this degree will graduate in 2030.
Turning to the beautiful skies we got right now.
Yeah, we've got the latest here from Quentin. He's in with our forecast to tell us all about these temperatures and the weather. Quentin, what is going on out there?
Well, before we get started, I want you all to know that the Goodwill got moved into the old Party Central, and there better be a party in there. That's all I got to say. But anyway, weather across the board, higher 80s. As for tomorrow's weather, hang on, there we go. We got 60 at 8 a.m. and then 88 by the time we get to 5 o'clock, warmest of the day. And then as for Thursday, 90s. Get ready for it. It's going to be warm. Wear sunscreen. Drink water. We're looking at you over there at the table. Anyway, we got the game on Saturday. Don't be scared. I only put these on here to be careful. There's a 30% chance of rain starting at game time start, right around 7 o'clock. I put this on here just to be precautious, but anyway, scattered showers, keep an eye out, not going to be too big of a problem. As for your 7-day, again, we got these beautiful sunny skies till Friday, and then we got those rain chances coming in for the weekend and throughout the week.
Well, Quinn, I will just drink water because of you now. So I do.
Better.
I appreciate.
I called you out in public.
I know you did, and now I feel like a supported pressure to go drink some water. So I
It's
appreciate
okay.
it. Thank you, man.
Yeah, of course. Just doing my due diligence here, you know.
Well, speaking of doing some due diligence, we had an amazing weekend last weekend for sports, and Alexandra is standing by with what we can expect.
Right over there.
So hey, Alexandra, how you doing?
Hey guys, for football we have two unbeaten teams, one primetime stage. Indiana and Illinois collide in a top 20 match with national attention on Memorial Stadium. Plus, a new era tips off inside Assembly Hall and fans won't have to wait long for a first look. We'll tell you what to expect from Indiana basketball Cream and Crimson scrimmage under new head coach Darian DeVries. All that and more coming up after this break. Welcome back, Hoosier fans. I'm Alexandra Hom, and let's talk some sports. The Indiana Hoosier men's soccer team ranked #1 in the country opened Big Ten play home Saturday night, but the Hoosiers suffered their first loss of the season, falling 3-2 to Michigan. IU jumped ahead early when Alex Barger scored in the 19th minute, but Michigan responded with 3 goals, including a pair of second-half headers. Colin Ordo pulled off one back for the Hoosiers in his 84th, which is his 3rd straight match with a goal. Indiana nearly salvaged a draw in the final seconds, but Indiana Palmer Alt penalty kick hit the post, ending the Hoosiers' 12-match home unbeaten streak. Now on to some basketball news. Indiana men's basketball will host its Cream and Crimson scrimmage on Friday, October 3rd at Assembly Hall. The inter-squad game tips off at 7 p.m. with doors opening at 5:30. The event is free to the public, and fans are encouraged to bring canned food items to support the Hoosier Hills Food Bank. It'll be the first official look at the program under new head coach Darian DeVries, who was hired in March as the school's 31st coach in history. DeVries and his staff brought in a top 10 transfer class and guided IU to a 3-0 record on their Puerto Rico foreign tour this summer. Taking a look at football, it will be a historic night in Bloomington when number 19 Indiana hosts number 9 Illinois, 7:30 inside Memorial Stadium. The matchup airing on NBC is the first top 20 showdown at home since 1987 and is the 75th all-time meeting between the two programs, with Illinois leading the series, though the Hoosiers have taken 2 of the last 3. Both teams enter 3-0, with Indiana coming off a 73-0 shutout of Indiana State. Quarterback Fernando Mendoza set a program record with a 95% completion rate and 6 total touchdowns last week, while Armour Cooper Jr. tied the school mark with 4 touchdown catches. Head coach Kurt Singetti's squad has now topped 300 rushing yards in 3 straight games for the first time since 2001. And for all the latest on IU sports, be sure to tune in each week to Hoosier Sports Night. You can catch it Thursday on IUSTV.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. We've got Quentin Condra here. You know, we've got that football game I think we're all looking forward to on Saturday night.
Yep.
What weather are we looking at for the weekend?
It's just scattered showers mostly for Saturday and Sunday. It's like 30-40%, nothing too crazy. It's mostly going to be Monday and Tuesday when those percentages get up, and we'll actually look at some serious but rain chances for Monday and Tuesday.
So bring an umbrella is what I'm kind of hearing?
Yeah, I'd keep one around. You may have one in your backpack.
I actually do. There we go. Another thing to add to the repertoire.
All day.
Well, thank you, Quinn. We do appreciate it.
Yep.
And thank you for watching IUSTV News. For updates between newscasts, check out IUSTV.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. We're back here next week. See you then.